Francis is offering long-awaited apologies to Canada's Indigenous people during his trip to North America. The pontiff just visited the site of a former residential school to share the church's regret over forcibly assimilating Native people into Christian society. The Pope is calling the six-day visit to Canada a pilgrimage of penance for atrocities that included physical and sexual abuse by Catholic missionaries. Critics say the treatment of the students led to generations of trauma and abuse. And while the Pope's apology tour focuses on Canadian schools, some Native Americans in Michigan are reacting strongly to his actions while calling on Governor Whitmer to begin our own efforts at reconciliation here at home. It's a story Paula Tutman has been covering for us. She joins us live with that new reaction. Paula.
Yeah, the first thing that's really important to know is that hundreds of remains and unmarked graves of children, babies, have been found in Canada. However, very little has been done for 3 Michigan so-called residential boarding schools. This past weekend, a large gathering of First Nations people of the Keweenaw Indian community in Baraga, Michigan.
The Eagle staffs were being carried in. They kept an empty seat, an empty chair, sacred space for those children that were murdered in the schools, in the boarding schools.
These so-called residential schools were housed across North America, borders not recognized by the first people who were here. And while Pope Francis does what's being considered as the apology tour in Canada for what he calls deplorable evil, Lorraine Pumpkin Shenaniquet of the Gun Lake Band of Potawatomi Indians and the Lacuture Band of Lake Superior Indians of Wisconsin says what happened to her grandmother cannot be erased with an apology.
I say the Pope, upon arrival of the shore, needed to be arrested and taken to the World Court on charges of mass murder and genocide.
But why is that? Because he's the head of the church, but he didn't do it. So why should he be arrested?
You know why? Because he's housed the many minions of murderers and rapers.
And she is calling on Governor Whitmer to do more in the way of recognition and reconciliation for what happened in Michigan's so-called residential schools.
Because she sits on those high places, she needs to come and be a part of a powwow, be a part of seeing an empty chair.
Michelle Robinson, a member of the Ojibwe tribe, is a Metro Detroit attorney and financial advisor. Her mother and aunt were victims of these facilities.
They did not allow you to speak your language, do anything that came from your heritage. You weren't allowed to practice any of your rituals, nothing. And so my mother was one of those, I guess, difficult spirits to break. She was very strong. She was very, very strong-willed. So she did get sent to New York, and they did break her spirit.
And while she is okay with the Pope's apology in Canada, she says it fixes and changes nothing.
I think it's a good step as a Christian. We are taught to forgive others. So I don't want to be negative about it, but you know, it doesn't bring back people who are no longer with us or take away the abuse and the emotional scars from people who were actually in those residential schools.
So just a few moments before I came on the air, I got a text message from the governor's office, basically pointing me to page 94 of their 369-page budget that was passed last week, where they show that $500,000 has been allotted to research the number of Native American children forced to attend these boarding schools in this state, the number of children who were abused or died or disappeared, and the long-term effects. Listen, Karen, this is important. This is the highest acknowledgement I have seen in this state since covering this story for more than a year. And they say that this report will be available no later than January of 2024. We're going to put the entire statement and the notation in that budget on clickondetroit.com. But that just happened a few moments ago. Again, the highest acknowledgement of wrongdoing at the Michigan residential schools I have seen to date. Karen?
Big development, and as you know, obviously still so much more to report on this. We appreciate it. Thank you, Paula.